wait, the general's dead?
No, Billy Mays died. But before he died, like a few months before, I saw a commercial of his, one of his last things, and it was like, Billy Mays here, selling one of the most important things that I'll ever sell you, life insurance. And that motherfucker was literally dead like a couple of months later. Like, I swear to God, like, I don't know if he really died, honestly. You know what I mean?
Most
Like,
people didn't see the commercial till after he died. That's how close the release of the commercial and him dying came out.
yeah.
The majority of people who saw the commercial did not see it until after he was dead.
Maybe I saw it after he was dead then. I just remember seeing that commercial, and right around that same time, he was fucking dead. Which is just like, oh my God. Like,
Yep. I had forgotten that shit even happened. Yeah.
I'll never forget about Billy Mays. I'll also never forget about the My Pillow guy. Was it Mike Lydell? You know about him?
Oh yeah,
I don't
Mike
know
Lindell, yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows about, like, oh, he's like a Trump guy. No. Lydell is much more complicated than that. Like, he's been an interesting figure since before his support of Trump. His, like, 3 crack dealers gave him an intervention. The entire reason he made My Pillow is he was coming down off a crack, like detoxing himself, and he couldn't sleep. And he was like, you know what? A better pillow would help this. I am not kidding when I say, like, a huge part of his life has been crack. Like, it was his ruin for years, and then it led to his salvation as a business mogul.
That's how it usually
goes. But his 3
goes.
crack dealers gave him an intervention. That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be really deep in it if the guy selling it to you is the one telling you to cut back.
Yeah, you're 3 crack dealers. Like, one day they called each other and they're like, dude, like, Mike's gonna fucking die, man. He's gotta slow down.
I remember one time my roommate asked me to, like, hide his Coke from him, and I hid it. If you've ever owned a Nintendo GameCube, it's got all these, like, parts on the bottom that you can, like, open up to, like, add peripherals to the. Yeah, okay, so I hid it in one of those.
That's genius.
He even, like, cut up his couch to, like, find it, and I, like, came over the next day. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, where the hell's the Coke? I was like, oh my God, dude. What is wrong with you? Like,
I hid it like you told me to.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, well, I didn't really mean it.
I gave it to him, and he's like, I never would have fucking found it. I was like, yeah, I can tell. Like, damn.
Yeah, that's genius.
The poor couch.
Of all the places to, like, have hidden, like, drugs, I would never guess, like, the accessories compartment on the bottom of a GameCube. That's brilliant. Like, it really is.
I mean, that is top tier detective work or hiding work.
I don't know. I know that on most sedans, the middle panel where the gear shift is comes off. You know, like, fucking put stuff there. Like, it usually has a cup holder and shit there. Like, that, all of that comes off. It, like, pops out. You fucking put stuff there and then pop it back in place.
Right.
That's the only other, like, secret place I know of besides the GameCube compartments.
You can put your roommate's Coke in there.
When he's being weird. It always irritates me. Like, that would irritate me. Like, hey, man, help me hide my drugs. Like, look, I'll support you in coming off them. Don't ask me to, like, hide something. Like, I don't want any part of this. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick. It's fun.
I'm trying to think of some contrived plot line to go with the global Pokemon government, and it's perfect because it seems like whatever this team is, it's like one team is really into oceans and the other team is really into volcanoes. So they've got weather machines that they're going to use, I guess. So now we can add weather machines to the GPG's list of crimes.
Here's something that might actually work with that. These weather machines you're talking about are Pokemon. One of them is called Kyogre, and the other one is called, I don't actually remember. I want to say the other one's like Groudon.
I'm sorry. Can we back the fuck up? They're using Pokemon as weather machines?
Evidently.
Not quite. So one team wants to return the Earth to a submerged state where everything's underwater. That's Team Aqua, and they want to use the water mythical Pokemon to do so. And then the other team wants to use the lava one to have all the volcanoes on Earth explode and have magma cover the majority of the Earth, making the Earth primarily like land based instead of oceans.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly how they're trying to do it, but yeah. And somehow you get involved and fuck up everybody's plans, and then I want to say you capture both of the mythical Pokemon, which definitely isn't in anybody's plans except for yours as a 10-year-old who doesn't give a fuck about politics.
Right.
So they're eco-terrorists. That's disappointing.
I mean, they think they're ego saviors, but yeah.
That's how it usually works.
Yep. That's what's going on.
All right, fine. I guess I'll destroy the weather machine that they've hooked up to this volcano for some reason.
Might as well.
Again, like we're going into the question of, are these mythical Pokemon like machines or are they Pokemon? Do they deserve rights? Or should we tell them we're just going to go buy a pack of cigarettes and leave them in the grass? Like,
I think Pokemon transcend the concept of matter or being or rights.
Maybe. I mean, if we're talking Pokemon, we're talking nature. And if we're talking nature spirits, well, we're talking outside of my bag. I'll tell you that much.
I like nature spirits in Golden Sun. That was always good. Ginny. That has a super high recommendation from me. That is a very fun one. I haven't played anything except for the first two, which were on Game Boy Advance. Golden Sun, and I think the second one might be like Lost Ages or something. If you play one, I promise you, if you like it, you will definitely play the other one because the stories are linked.
Okay. Well, what makes it, in your opinion, what makes it so good? There's something that makes it so good.
The character building, the skill building, so you collect these miniaturized versions of like the elemental spirits called Jinn. Each Jinn has a different name and has a smaller ability. But as you combine the Jinn, they become elemental spirits in higher forms. And so two of the same element will summon a specific elemental spirit, or one of three specific elemental spirits. You get to like set up what you want to do, and so you get to do these different combinations, and the more you use in a summon, the more powerful it will be. But when you use one, it goes into a recovery phase, and all the bonus stats that it gives your character for your normal attacks and your normal skills that aren't dependent on the Jinn, on expending a Jinn, become weaker. So as you battle, like you're trying to create an opportunity where like an enemy uses one of his. And so then that, like, let's say he uses the one that raises his attack. So now you know, like, well, you can use one of yours that raises your defense and not worry so much about taking damage. So there's this nice like fluid dynamic going on in the game. if you don't want to get into any of that, you can always, like in Pokemon, power level and just out level the enemies and defeat them. But the mechanics in the game, like with the gin, I feel like I can tell you about that one without revealing story content. But like I don't really want to tell you about the weapons because there's some story based weapons that are super awesome and have super awesome abilities. But those abilities unlock in using the weapon and developing your skill with it and stuff. Like it's very nicely done.
Okay.
The story fucking like broke my heart.
Are we still
Every
talking about
every
Pokemon?
rendition of it. Nah, we're talking about Golden Sun.
Okay, okay. I was for a second, I was like, weapons.
Sorry, broke my heart. We're talking about Pokemon. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
how did
Golden Sun's good.
why did it break your heart?
Um, there's a lot of there's a lot of tough decisions that you have to make,
Ah,
and like a lot of your decisions end up saving the world and that kind of stuff, but at insane cost to you.
oh, sure. I can.
At
Yeah.
insane cost to you, and they do a really fucking good job at like developing the characters, and like you really like you get a favorite character for sure. You get a few favorite characters, and as you progress through the game and stuff, like you get access to enough characters that like you get to choose who's on your team. You don't run all the characters all the time.
Right.
So like it's just kind of tough when you need somebody and you also need to sacrifice. Like yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I've never done a playthrough of the game where I was like okay with my decisions. Every single time, there's always a decision where like I get something awesome, but in exchange, I didn't develop something else or bring someone along with me.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
This was like way before like anything like Mass Effect existed, where you know that happens a lot in games now. But like this was back like I think this came out a little bit after Pokemon Silver and Gold.
When was Silver and Gold?
I want to say Silver and Gold was right around 2000,
Okay. Wow.
maybe
Yeah, that's pretty
2001.
impressive. Yeah.
The music's
Mr.
super
Mass
good. The
Effect
art's
was
good
what?
because this is also back when like they used to, yeah, everything has a sprite, but it's like drawn really really well. They put a lot of detail into like making the backgrounds and the animations and everything.
Right, right.
I just remember like sitting for hours with the music and just going through the weapons and being like, yeah, no, I really want to use this. Like, I love the way that this character does this move with this weapon. Like, I need to make a build. I need to adjust everybody else's build to make this guy be the dominant character with this weapon.
Right. Huh. Okay. That sounds interesting.
I'm scared to play the newer versions of the game. Like, it's not that they remade the game, but like in the same universe, they've done more games. And like I just I feel like if I picked one of those up, that's one of those things where I'm gonna play it for like 8 to 12 months to
What are
like
some
get.
what are some of those other games
I don't know the
that you
names
have?
of them, but there's more
Oh,
Golden Sun games. It's kind of like how in Pokemon they made more games after like they made the Red and Blue, then the Silver and Gold, and then the Ruby Sapphire, Emerald. I think the third one's Emerald. I don't remember the other colors. Uh, but that, like you know that they've made like more in the same franchise or whatever. Like Golden Sun continued different stories in that universe, all
right.
under the title Golden Sun, but with subtitles. I don't know what to call that.
Okay. Gotcha.
Is the sun relevant to the game?
It's in the myth, but no, not really. It's just part of like the flavoring. It's kind of like does it matter which one of the gods from the Legend of Zelda it represents the piece of the Triforce that you have? No, actually, it doesn't even really matter which piece of the Triforce you have because you never used the Triforce.
Really?
Not that I remember. Not that I remember. It's not something you walk around and you're like, I have the Triforce of Courage. And like people are like, oh shit, oh, he's too courageous for us. Sell him goods at a lower price. Like, like I don't remember anything ever happening where like your Triforce thing. The only thing I remember is like Princess Zelda will be like, "Oh my goodness, you have a piece of the Triforce," and then like Ganon at the end will be like, "Ha ha ha! When I kill you, I'll get your piece of the Triforce and complete the Triforce." It's just like it's just something that's mentioned in every game. It's not something that's really utilized.
Yeah, everybody else he's like, I've got a Triforce, and they're like, okay. Like,
yours is just a tattoo.
Like I drive a Prius.
I'm sorry, I missed all of that because I just stepped into a gym that is a bathhouse, and I now have to travel through glory holes in order to
Defog.
find my
You have to
next.
use defog. Oh no, oh no. I'm not sure if it works in that gym.
Yeah, I don't think defog is going to save me here. This glory hole is talking to me.
Whoa.
Oh.
I wonder what Triforce could get me out of this. Well, that wasn't intended to kill the mood.
Hey, it's one of those starter Pokemon. Fuck it up. I mean, teach it how to draw inside the lines.
That's true.
Show it how to live.
I checked its privilege.
You gave it life. Show it how to live.
What? Oh, that's a Torterra. It looks freaky. Okay, who can learn fucking defog? I just need it for like 10 minutes to get through this shitty area. Actually, I think this jerkbag can learn it.
So some of the glory holes are trainers, and some of the glory holes are just portals. I'm very uncomfortable by this.
Well, it would be disappointing if there was nothing at a glory hole. Wouldn't it? I mean,
No, an empty glory hole is a relief.
why are you even looking in the glory holes?
Because I
Just
have
assume they're
to
all
become a
empty and walk
Pokemon
by.
master.
Do you want to be a master of Pokemon? You might take a dick in the eye.
When I took an oath, both to God, myself, my country, and Team Rocket, I swore that I would become the very best. So if that means I have to slide down this glory hole, then so be it, I guess.
Just look at it this way. You contributed to the reason that Giovanni's never taken a dick in the face.
That we know of.
That we know of.
What are you talking about? If he says it's never happened, it's never happened. Oh my gosh, dude. No wonder they didn't even accuse you of betraying Team Rocket. You got to believe in Giovanni, man. Il Duce. He's like the dulce de leche. He's the fucking cream of the milk. He's the fucking top of the top.
Il Duce del Leche would have been a perfect title.
I like the cream of the milk. sounds hard. You don't fuck with the cream of the milk.
I feel like if your milk is hard, it's time to throw it away.
I mean, it depends on what you want out of your milk. See, I don't drink milk. So.
If you're using it for biological warfare, you definitely want it to be hard.
True, but I like biological welfare. I like this concept. Let's figure out what this is. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's gonna be great. Like, I'm all for biological welfare.
I don't know what it is, but I'm imagining like a plane flying over the air and just dropping biological welfare on everyone.
Yeah, that is what it is.
We don't have any biological warfare, but we do have a lot of biopower. Will you take that?
No, we're talking biological welfare.
Oh, welfare.
Yeah.
Fresh out of that.
We assumed.
Someone call Al Gore. I'm sure he's got a lock on this one.
No one called out. Sorry.
Let's just let him quietly slip into the distance.
It's not that I don't like Al Gore. It's just he'll never fucking hang up. And, like, I'm one of those nice people who just, like, it just puts me.
Yeah,
in
but you have to be willing to let him pay the phone bill and the electricity bill and the everything bill in exchange for just setting the phone down on the table and you walking away.
It's just such a pain.
Like, let him talk, but you're not listening.
Yeah, I guess it's a pain. I mean, like, at what point are you just being nice, like, to your own detriment? You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like he wouldn't mind if you were just blunt with him and you're like, "Hey, Al, I'm here to ignore you for 2 hours. You got any beer?"
maybe. I mean, if I said that to him and he was like, "Yeah, cool," here's a cold one, then that would actually make me like him more. I mean, I don't dislike him. I just don't want to hang out. Does that make sense?
He's probably like an amazing jazz fusion piano player.
Yeah, I mean, he might be. Maybe he's fun to hang out with, and if so, then I apologize. Like,
I feel like he's probably the life of the party. I feel like he's doing fucking billiards trick shots where the ball fucking flies off the table, goes 35 meters, and lands in a boot.
Sure, like he did.
You guys hear about that foot that got chopped off at Disney World?
Oh, this sounds great.
Okay, this is an old story.
Horrible, but
it was
what happened?
Have you ever been to the small, not the Small World ride, but the like the City of the World or whatever, where they've got little
Epcot?
kind
I've
of.
been in the Epcot.
Yeah, they have some kind of safari boat ride of some sort, and when it comes in, they have to come in at just the right speed. And if they aren't, they have to make the turn around, and come back again at the right speed so that they can dock effectively and there won't be any problems. And if there are, they're supposed to buy this special tearaway rope that if there is something that happens, it'll just break and the ship will keep going and there won't be any issues. Well, in order to save money, someone in operations decided to buy the much cheaper nylon rope.
Right.
And people were bitching, so they were just trying to get it in as fast as possible so they wouldn't have to go back in around for a second time. So they try to hitch it with this nylon rope. The rope goes taut. It snaps. It slices a dude's foot off and flings it across the lake into like the restaurant patio area of another restaurant, like a Mexican themed restaurant or something.
What?
Foot, boot, and all.
Wow.
I'm not paying for this dinner. I want a new dinner to go. Include the margaritas. And I'll be keeping that boot.
It's definitely a. There's even more stories like that. Honestly, Disney World is full of just. You can actually
Yeah,
go.
but like the church, they got lawyers and money.
I think Disney's way more powerful than the church, honestly.
Well, I wasn't saying the church was more powerful. Okay.
I know, I just assumed they would have better lawyers too, is all I'm saying.
When did the Disney foot incident happen?
You know what? Let me check.
We should guess. We should guess. I'm gonna guess like
Excuse me. 85.
nine. What'd you say?
I'm guessing 85.
You're guessing 85? Okay, I'll go 10 higher. I'll guess 95.
Ooh.
Let's see.
And it sucks that that dude lost his foot. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Just found out in 2022, a bus driver suffered critical injuries when it hit a charter bus near the Epcot parking area.
Okay.
Here's a Splash Mountain story. Another ferry
Wow.
boat.
Thought about that.
A Disney World Jungle Cruise boat sinks while passengers are on board.
Oh,
Fight
that
breaks
sucks.
out at Walt Disney World Ferry. Oh, here, list of incidents at Walt Disney World. Wow, it's split up by section. According to a 1985 Time magazine article, nearly 100 lawsuits are annually filed against Disney for various incidents.
Well, sure, but I mean, probably a bunch of those are, or a lot of those are bullshit, you know. But as big as
Oh,
Disney,
yeah. I mean, as you do.
you know.
Oh, wow. Man, the monorail has claimed a lot of souls.
Yeah, a few people. I know about some of the monorail things. It's largely people like either sneaking in or trying to like get off. It's largely people putting themselves in that situation, though it is tragic when anyone loses lives, of course.
In October of 2014, a 64-year-old woman lost consciousness on the Toy Story Mania ride and died. The death wasn't believed to be related to the ride.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's gonna happen. You know, when you have things that anybody can walk up and sit on. I mean, you know, some might pass away during the ride.
I mean, that is true, yes. Or,
In '94, I said good. You know, I mean, if you want to go on the ride,
or did it steal Granny's soul?
hmm. Or did Video Bingo do that years ago?
No, that just destroyed her social security checks.
Oh.
You know, heyo. Well, you know what they say: the social security check is the window to the soul.
Aw. I never thought of it that way.
It's more like the window to QVC.
True.
Here we go. Oh, Flannery. You tricky, tricky little girl. I have been going through your bathhouse. I have finally found the right glory hole that leads to
How've you
you.
been doing that? Dude, people's bathhouses are private.
I mean, you would think they would be, but she seems to be operating hers out in the open.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, if she's cool with it.
God, even her opener's got 2 big holes right in its back.
Yikes.
That's what she said.
Looking at Scissor and at Scyther, and I'm not. Is it really worth it? 500. I think the other one was 500 total stat also.
I don't know. A lot of people seem to like that
Yeah.
one.
Huh. Because, like, as far as, like, because I hear people say Scissor has better defense. Scissor's defense goes up, I think it was 20 points. And then his speed goes down like 45.
Hmm.
I'm just not 100% sure. The attack goes up like 20 points also. But it's just like, that's a lot of speed to drop.
I don't know. I know a
No.
lot of people like to use them. I see them a lot, but that's about it.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to watch some videos. Or have Drama Spaz pick on aesthetics.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll talk aesthetics.
Oh no, I'm definitely going to be setting up the Pokemon experiences very, very soon. I'll find all the ROMs and get a good emulator to send everyone. And
Good.
once I figure out whether we're using Skype or some kind of Skype alternative, yeah, we will be in business.
Yeah. Good. Good.
But I guess for now, what's this? Oh, you're going to come challenge me to a match after the gym battle?
Immediately, yeah. No healing. No healing allowed.
Oh, good. I thought this was going to be a Kamala Harris situation. False alarm. All right. Well, then, we're all healed up, taking advantage of the biomedical pharmaceutical state. Until next time, everyone.
Yep. Peace.
Peace.